when visitors come here from outside, from all over the country, they fall into that St. Augustine flow of friendliness and sharing.
So tell me a little bit about O.C. White's.
O.C. White's, well, the building was built in 1791, and it remained a residence for close to the first 100 years. A Spanish gentleman built it, and the next family to own it were the Worths. General Worth of Fort Worth, Texas. It was his widow and his daughter. They fell on hard times during the Civil War, so they turned it into a boarding house. By the turn of the century, it was a hotel. It was called the Union Hotel until around 1910, 1915, and then it was the Elks. And in between that time was also a gift shop. It was purchased by Henry Potter, who owned the Wax Museum, and he wanted the building in a different location. So in 1961, he had it taken apart and put back together in its present location because he wanted the view looking down the bayfront. And they numbered all the blocks and they put them back together. But if you look at the blocks, you see the pointing is all new. You know, the mortar in between. It wouldn't have looked like that if it had been 200 years old. And a lot of the blocks in this building predate the oldest house. And then in the late 80s, it became a Wendy's. So,
really?
Yeah, so it was a Wendy's for a few years, but they had to give it up because they couldn't have a big sign, and they wanted our side street as a drive-through, but the city wouldn't allow that. Mm-hmm. And then Dave and Kathy White purchased it in 1992, and it's been O.C. White's ever since. I started about a month after they opened up. I started bartending, and then I've managed and general managed through the years, and there's all kinds of haunted stories about the place. I've had quite a few experiences. I've seen tables lift up, chairs lift up, books go flying.
I think it's cool that as you walk around it, at one point it looks like a solid piece of stone, just a uniform piece of stone, and then when you get 90 degrees opposite, you realize that there's this chasm, this space between the two, and the ball in the middle, I think, is also a beautiful way of representing that space and the thing that's created in between the cultures, the old and
the new. Will have ranked from 506 years ago, April 3rd. And the Timucua natives, in case you're wondering, what are those Indians doing over there as natives? They were living here in a town called St. All three ships do survive that. But they happen to be lost. Their ships are battered, and they're low on food, low on water, and April 3rd is the first day he's got skies clear enough to try.
Reparen! Apunten! Fuego!
Wow!
And that's how we get rid of our peacocks, one peacock at a time.
So yeah, they look terrible, they taste wonderful.
Because you have everything here. You have all kinds of cultures here. Especially as a lot of Spanish and Menorcan influence, because they were the ones who established St. Augustine in 1565. Ponce de Leon, Pedro Menendez de Aviles, who was very instrumental. He was the one who actually established St. Augustine. Everything, the culture here, the restaurants, the people in general, they're very friendly, very outgoing. I'm talking about the locals.
I noticed that as well, yeah.
And of course, when visitors come here from outside, from all over the country, they fall into that St. Augustine flow of friendliness and sharing.
Because I remember like being a kid and just coming here and just like walking around and just like getting to see like, you know, like all the architecture of everything. run around and like scrape your knees on the stone floors whenever you fall because you're running around a corner too fast. And now it's like a financial racket. Like it's all like tourist. I know it's like a tourist area, but it's like it doesn't feel genuine.
Oh, I can't get out. Oh no, there we go. Okay. It's a near thing.
The fact that they repurposed it from being a hotel and everything, is everything in here original? What's new?
All the artwork up at the top, pretty much for everything that's not been remodeled, is all original. All the chandeliers are original. All the glass is original. Pretty much one of the most historic rooms in the whole place.